Oh, you're here already. I was getting ready for story time. And have you ever heard of a story about Cranky the Crane? Well, if you have, I'm going to tell you a story about it. Do you want to hear it? All right, let's do it. Cranky Bugs. We hope you enjoy it. You see, Thomas and Percy enjoy working in the docks. They like the sea air and the sound of the gulls. But one day, the friends were feeling hot and bothered because a crane was causing trouble. His name was Cranky, and this was his first day at the docks. "You're useless little bugs," he called from above. "If you put these freight cars on the inside lines, I wouldn't have so far to travel." "Rubbish," said Thomas. "No crane's ever complained before." "Well, I'm complaining now!" And Cranky banged his load down on the quayside. Later, the two onions met Gordon and James and told them about Cranky. "Cranes are airy-fairy things. They need a lot of attention, like me, in fact," said Gordon. "You should see the situation from Cranky's point of view. He's high up in the air, coping with wind, rain, and baking sun. Then he looks down and sees the two engines being annoying. No wonder he calls you bugs." So bugs mean annoying? Well, I guess that makes sense, because if you annoy somebody, then they get annoyed like that every once in a while. They'll call you bugs for it because you're bugging them. Well, let's see what happens next. When Cranky heard that the beta didn't agree with him, he grew bossier still. Come on! Push those freight cars closer to me!" But Percy was too upset to concentrate and pushed the freight cars too far. Poor Percy. Then Cranky played a trick on Thomas. "Push your freight cars to the outside line. It's easier for me to load up." So Thomas did. But Cranky let the loads beside the freight cars, not in them. "You mustn't know my arm can't reach you there," complained Cranky. This mix-up caused confusion and delay. Sir Topham Hatt was most upset. "Thomas and Percy, this new crane has an important job to do. I have heard that they have not been helping him today. You will go to your sheds and decide how you improve yourselves tomorrow." Now Thomas and Percy were upset too. Uh-oh, sounds like trouble. I think Cranky's being troublesome today because he's causing a lot of trouble. What do you think? Shall we see what happens next? Okay. That evening, a big storm raged across the island. Cranky and the engines were trapped in the docks. "We're sure to be safe in the shed," said Duck. But he was wrong. The engines had no idea they're about to be put in great danger by an old tramp steamer. It was out of control and running around straight into the sheds. Ah! "Help!" called the engines from inside the shed. "I can't!" called Cranky. When the storm was over, Sir Topham Hatt had rushed to the scene of destruction. "Thomas and Percy will help you," he called to Cranky, "and then you can help the engines." "Oh, please hurry!" cried Cranky, "and tell them I'm sorry I was rude to them." "So it was you," murmured Sir Topham Hatt. "I owe those engines an apology." Thomas and Percy soon came to the rescue. Uh-oh. I think Cranky has fallen down. Because you know how cranes are. When they get into trouble sometimes, they accidentally fall down. So how will Cranky help himself up when he helps the engines? Good thinking. Let's see what happens next. And it wasn't too long before Cranky was upright again and clearing the wreckage. At last, all the engines were free. "Oh, thank you," said Gordon. "What would I have done without you?" "Well, I had to be rescued before I could help you. But I never thought of it by a couple of... But... Cranky was about to say bugs, but he quickly corrected himself. Small engines, thank you. I'll never be rude again. However, you two mice are in my way, so move over. Pa, said Percy, he's back to biting us. Don't move! You're still attached to Cranky! But it was too late. You see, Cranky still looks down on the two little engines. But ever since that stormy night, he never calls them bugs or mites because he knows they might bite back. And the moral of this story is, when someone's calling you a name that you don't like, never, ever, ever call them names back because it'll make the problem worse. And even worse, the problems will escalate to a bigger problem when you're saying things that you don't mean. And that's the end of the story. Whoa! What a fun story that we had today. And who would have known that the Cranky was calling them names like bugs or mites? Because bugs or mites mean small. And when someone calls you names small that you don't like, you should never, ever, ever call them names back. But sometimes it's the action that makes them mad. Because sometimes friends can do annoying things to hurt their feelings. But the good person is still a good person, no matter what they do, and no matter what the problem is, of course. Well, thank you so much for coming for a story time today. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel for more story time. And come back next time when we do some more story time adventures with me, Uncle Jason. See you next time. Bye!